Hello everyone. For this lesson I'm going to show you how to make a Romero Britto style emoji. Now for this you don't have to have a square paper, but I'm just going to be working on that paper. That's what I have here, but feel free to use one that is more rectangular. You'll need something to make a circle. So I just got the top of a coffee creamer can here, but a paper plate will do, or really anything that would allow you to make a circle. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my circle and I'm going to place it in the middle of my paper. And then you can either use marker or crayon or colored pencil or even a regular pencil to do the drawing part of this. I'm going to draw straight in with a black marker. Now I just happen to have a Sharpie. You could use regular black marker too if you wish. And as I said, you don't have to have marker. You can have crayon or colored pencil or regular pencil or a pen or whatever. Now I'm going to take my marker that I'm using and I'm going to trace around so I get a nice circle. And then I'm going to break this up because Romero Britto used a lot of different kinds of designs in his artwork, very colorful. So I'm going to just break this up into some different kinds of sections. And this circle here is going to become an emoji, as you can see over here. Now, it just so happens to be 2020, well, now 2021, but during this time, we had to wear masks all the time. So for our emoji, I'm going to show you how to make a masked emoji. But if you're not doing this during a year that you're required to wear a mask, you can just do an emoji without a mask. Now, the first thing, either way, that I'm going to be doing is dividing this up. So I'm going to make two lines that go through the emoji. And then I'm going to make two lines that go the other way. And you'll notice you don't have to have them straight. You can have them kind of slanted if you want. But I'm making sure that the lines go through the circle a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is draw the eyes for my emoji. Now, you can draw any kind of eyes you want. There are so many different styles of emoji out there. I happen to look up some, so I have a sheet here of all different kinds of emoji expressions. So depending on where you're looking, you can see many different styles of emoji. So don't feel like yours has to look like mine looks. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and draw my eyes. And if you feel more comfortable drawing with pencil first, feel free to do that, because once you do it in marker, you can't really erase it. So if you would like to draw in pencil first and then work your way up to tracing it in marker, feel free to do that. So just for time's sake, to save a little time, I'm just going to do mine straight in with the marker. So I'm drawing my little eyes here. And if you want to make your emoji expressive, you can add eyebrows, which emoji is kind of something that expresses emotion. That's what emoji kind of stands for. So kind of the direction the eyebrows go can indicate surprise, being sad, being happy, many different kinds of emotions just by seeing the eyes. Now, if you were doing a regular emoji, you of course could add the mouth. And in this emoji, that's exactly what I did. I added the mouth first. And then this one's laughing, of course, so I have the tears of laughter on this one. I do have a couple others that I've done based on different kinds of emoji faces. And you can just kind of see, this one I did in pencil first, and then I could trace it over in marker. And you'll see the next step is going to be adding some designs. So I'm still working on this step. Now, I said I was going to be making a masked emoji for this one. So rather than draw the mouth, I'm going to draw some style of mask. Now, there are many different styles of masks, so you can pick the style that you want. You might want to look at some of the different kinds of masks to get the styles. And you're just going to draw your mask on there. And I'm drawing right over top of any lines that I have. And of course, I have the straps. So I have my masked emoji finished here, the drawing of the emoji anyway. So now I'm going to go ahead and add some different kinds of designs around the outside of the emoji and on the mask. So however you want to break this up, I don't want you to scribble. We don't want to do any scribbly lines. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for shapes, lines, designs. So I'm going to be adding some different things, and you can even look at some Romero Britto art if you want and take a few elements of the kinds of designs that he liked to put in his artwork. One of those things was the heart. He liked to put hearts in his artwork. So I'll put some hearts in this one. You can feel free to add other things in it as well. You don't have to stick to just one thing, although you could. But just to make it a little more interesting, I'm going to draw something else. You want to make sure that you put a different design in each section. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a few here. Some of these could be lines, some could be dots. Just add whatever you feel is going to make a nice design. I'm doing this rather quickly, but I want you to take your time, really think about the designs that you want to make. Again, if you have a ruler, you can use a ruler, but I often get students to say, I don't have a ruler. So if you don't have a ruler and you want to make straight lines, for this, I just took a piece of paper and I just folded it in half, and I'm going to use the straight edge. Or just take a piece of junk mail and use the envelope edge as a straight edge, and that works really well also. So I can just use the edge of a paper as my straight edge, and it works just fine. So I'm just going to finish this out. I have a ruler, so I'm just going to use that. I'm going to make this into a checkerboard later, so I'll just draw that. Maybe I just want some stripes here. You don't have to use a ruler for your designs at all if you don't want to, but that's just something that I wanted to do. I'm just kind of making very similar to what I have over here. Not exactly, but similar. And one more here. I had flowers over here, so I'll just add some flowers over here too. Sometimes you can make these designs look like they're going off the section. You don't have to have complete designs in every one. So I have kind of a half of a flower there. All right, and don't forget to add your designs to your mask. So whatever kind of design you'd like to put on your mask. All right, and I'm going to add some swirls as well. Once you have your designs all finished, now you're ready to color. And as you can see on this emoji here, I used yellow, and I used different values of yellow. Value means light and dark. So for some areas, I pressed really hard to get a really bright yellow. And then for other areas, I pressed very lightly to get a very light value. And then another area, I did medium pressure to get a medium. You could, if you had different shades of yellow crayon, you could just use different yellow crayons. Or if you had marker, you could combine marker and crayon to get lights and darks, however you would like to do that. You can also just do different colors. So as in this emoji here, you can see I actually just changed the colors inside it. So either way is fine. If you want to do all different colors inside your emoji, you can do that, or you can just change the value. Either way, every time you cross a line, you're going to change the color or the value. So when you see this, this line here, when I cross that line, I have to change the color or change the value over here as well. So this section is different than this section is different than this section. So not only do I change the design, I'm changing the color or the value of it as well. So once again, for my emoji, I have a yellow crayon here, so I can just do some of it. I'm doing very, very, very light pressure to get a light value. And then same crayon, I'm just going to press harder and I'm going to get a darker value or brighter, very bright yellow here. I'm going to stop at this line. Anytime I come to a line, I'm going to stop so I can change the color or the value. So you can see a definite change between the sections. All right, so I'm not going to keep you any longer. I want to make sure that you have time to do this. I just want to make sure that you're clear on the directions, clear on what value means, light and dark, and how to get those light and darks by varying the pressure if you're using crayon or if you're using colored pencil or any material that you're able to vary the pressure, pastel. Now obviously if you're using marker, you can't really vary the pressure of the marker. You'll just have to change colors for the value if you're using markers. So I want you to keep coloring until you get all of your sections finished. Don't forget to color in all the different areas. You want this to mostly be color. You can use white as a color, so you can see I kept white around the eyes. I could have kept white for the flowers, but you don't want a whole lot of white on your paper. You want it to be mostly, if not completely, colored. So for this one, I didn't leave any white at all. For this one, I just left the whites of the eyes, and that's pretty much it. Most of it is done in colorful crayon and a black marker. So I'm very interested in seeing what you can do. I look forward to seeing them all, and most of all, I hope you have a lot of fun making your masked or other emoji.